Wow, this is really insane. Today Shiba Inu is a hot mess. Analysts are removing their signals since everyone is so enthusiastic. It would appear that all you require is 7 million Shiba Inus. The enchanted number that was just verified is this one, and now is where things become wild. A Shiba Inu can soon reach even greater heights, nearer than anticipated. Tell me what's going on. How therefore may Shiba Inus once again alter the course of human history? Allow me to clarify. Important notice, Shiba Inu is proving once again why it is the meme currency king. Shiba Inu's price surged back up after a brief fall while the rest of the cryptocurrency market was trembling, and the world is beginning to take note. There's a lot of excitement going around. Is this all just a tease? Alternately, could something far greater be about to happen? Is a big breakout imminent, as some have previously wondered? Is this the next move, or is it simply a feint? First though, what if I told you that, to rank among the top 1% of holders, you need only about 7 million Shiba Inu tokens? I know it sounds crazy, but bear with me because I'll explain everything in due course. But before we get into that, let's take a step back and examine the price chart to see what's actually going on. I mean, it's shocking, to be honest. Something that might alter the course of play has been uncovered by one analyst. He claims that a setup for a sideways breakout is taking shape. Yes, it is precisely what it seems to be. Lately Shiba Inu has been quite restricted in her movement, coiled up like a spring between resistance and support. It's merely relaxing there. Just developing pressure, no heavy lowering or madly pumping. Now things start to become interesting. The price might make a spectacular upward breakthrough if it climbs slightly higher than its recent resistance level. If you've been patient, this might be the setting where you eventually win. The chart has been hinting to impending consolidation, which according to past experience, is unlikely to last for very long. The following step, it might go quickly. It might be powerful. We could be in for a major run if it finally breaks through that unseen ceiling it's been running into. Things become considerably more alarming from this point on. Just today a highly significant transaction involving Shiba Inus was documented. How about the figures? They have the potential to really astound you. Bitvevo is one of the largest crypto exchanges in Europe. On-chain data from Arkham Intelligence indicates that a massive quantity of Shiba Inu, equivalent to almost 12 billion tokens, was just transmitted to them. That's also not a minor maneuver. A transfer of over 6 figures is being discussed. Now for the exciting part. It originated from a wallet that had about $1.5 million worth of cryptocurrency. Shiba Inus make up nearly all of it. There are those who are perplexed by this. Was the transfer of funds between wallets as usual, or is this only the surface level of something more complex? To put it in perspective, this is what adds a layer of mystery. Which wallet is it? Approximately 1 month ago, an account on Coinbase Prime sent them 120 billion Shiba Inu coins, which are really staggering. Yes, you read it correctly. 120 billion. Only a small portion, around 10%, has been dispatched thus far. Nevertheless, it was sent straight to a hot wallet on a live exchange rather than a cold storage wallet, where it might remain offline in safety. Now what's the big deal? Is this the precursor to a more substantial sell-off, similar to the initial domino that sets in motion a chain reaction? Perhaps it's merely a strategic maneuver, a reorganization of assets in preparation for an impending breakout. In any event, it provides us with crucial information. These days, Shiba Inus are all the rage among the major players. They appear to be maneuvering, perhaps in anticipation of an impending event. And whether it's accumulation, rotation, or even getting ready to cash out, it just heats up the idea that something big might be coming. Everybody wants to stock up on Shiba Inus when situations like these get heated. However, the next crucial question arises: what is the magic number for making money that changes your life? Well, the analysis provided by one analyst was spot on. If the Shiba Inu ever reaches its wild historical peaks, he warned that even a small investment, say $100, could become $1 million. This isn't simply wishful thinking, even though it seems crazy. Shiba Inus have done something comparable previously. For very modest investments, it turned many early holders into millionaires during the 2021 bull run. People read these stories and wonder if anything similar could ever happen. Let me tell you what's so fascinating about it. Currently, one could acquire more than 7 million Shiba Inu tokens for $100. Yes, 7 million. That small sum could become $1 million if the value of Shiba Inu ever reaches a certain hypothetical ceiling as discussed by some industry experts. Really, it's almost a million times the original investment. Yes, that's theoretically conceivable under certain circumstances, but it sounds crazy. Is there a catch? A significant amount of Shiba Inu would have to be consumed in order for the price to reach that level. The current total amount of tokens is enormous. Therefore, it may be difficult to achieve that goal unless the supply is drastically reduced. The price would have to cause the overall market worth of Shiba Inu to surpass even that of Bitcoin or gold, assuming no serious burns occurred. If the developers and community can limit the token supply to say 10 trillion, then reaching that high price becomes much more feasible. That being the case, the entire value of Shiba Inu would be more in line with the current values of the world's largest enterprises. Especially in the crypto world, that isn't as implausible as it seems. What the key? Shiba Inu, according to some experts, may reach that ideal pricing point in due time. If it keeps performing like it did in 2021, it might increase by more than 800,000%, according to a recent report. By the decade's end, even ChatGPT anticipates it might reach that level. Additionally, Telegram predicts that the Shiba Inu could achieve that milestone in the 2030s or 40s. Yes, it may be a while, but for those who are committed, the long haul is real. It's not out of the question. Next one. Additionally, at this very moment, owning even a tiny portion of Shiba Inu might covertly place you among the top 1% of holders. What a thrill it would have been to ride that wave before the following one. Now we get to the fun part. Those 7 million Shiba Inu you're holding there could be worth far more than you imagine. A shocking forecast was made by an analyst not long ago, and it has since gone viral. A well-known market analyst by the name of Strong Hedge recently noted that Shiba Inu has been displaying genuine strength. He claims that Shiba Inu have recovered splendidly from an accumulation zone. Simply said, it's a place on the chart where the smart money subtly piles up. And you know what? It started rising after that. Shiba Inu have been showing improvement for 3 weeks running, and last week was no exception. That is momentum, not merely good fortune. What though is fueling this? Certainly the recent resurgence of Bitcoin plays a significant role. Bitcoin has made a significant recovery following its decline earlier this month. Additionally, the Shiba Inu cryptocurrency market tends to rise in tandem with Bitcoin. Shiba Inu has actually seen a gain of more than a third in value from its low point earlier this month. Nobody misses a move like that. The story becomes even more intriguing from here. According to Strong Hedge, the uptrend is only beginning. Some huge price increase is what he's aiming for, at least twice its current size. He highlighted many critical resistance levels that Shiba Inu would have to overcome. However, ought to that transpire, it may reintroduce prices not witnessed since the latter part of last year. And he isn't the only one. There may be a 16-fold increase in value, according to Crypto Elites, another expert. They predict price goals far higher than anything we've witnessed recently, based on a classic chart pattern that may lead to a breakout. Still more optimistic. So Boyke, an analyst, shares the view that Shiba Inu is poised to launch into a parabolic